Recent surges in 3 piconaviruses, a poliomyelitis case reported in the US after its eradication, Parecho virus cases in infants associated with neurological illnesses, and severe respiratory illness associated with enterovirus D68 have raised major concerns in clinical and public health communities. In an effort to provide the most up-to-date information regarding these surges, the Pan-American Society for Clinical Virology, or PASCV, is hosting a webinar on the topic on December 14 from noon to 1 Eastern Time. Hello, everyone. I am Phyu Thwe, a PASCV Digital Outreach Committee member and host of today's PASCV Brief. And today, to provide some insight into what this webinar will cover, Dr. Heba Mostafa, the PASCV Education Committee member, is with us. Hi, Heba. Thank you for joining today. So I know you have a busy schedule. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's so exciting for me to talk about coronaviruses. This is one of my favorite virology topics. So thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. So I know you have a very busy schedule today. So let's cut to the chase. What will the webinar cover? And what do we hope that the viewers will take away from the webinar after watching it?
So this webinar will actually cover background knowledge about parechoviruses, enterovirus D68, and also polio viruses. We will try to cover the diseases caused by these viruses, their prevalence, and also how to test them within the clinical laboratory. The session will also cover the national efforts for the AFM surveillance, which is acute flaccid myelitis. We also will have a round-the-table discussion that will focus on significant questions related to those viruses. This includes, for example, how do you think the parechovirus testing should be implemented in diagnostic labs? How enterovirus D68 assay can be integrated for the management of patients suspected of having an enterovirus infection or acute flaccid myelitis. Also, how can we develop a lab public health kind of collaborative infrastructure to better respond to AFM? Also, what type of samples should be collected from patients, at which times, and also the role of diagnostic labs in surveillance and response when it comes to those viruses. Also, we will have a discussion about vaccines.
That sounds really interesting, and it's a perfect timing to discuss this. And who will the speakers be?
So we actually have 3 experts in the coronaviruses that will join us during this webinar. So we have Dr. Raj. He is a full professor and vice chair of research under the director of microbiology lab from Children's Mercy Hospital, Kansas City, Missouri. He's actually an expert in parechoviruses. We also have Dr. Kevin Messaker. He is a professor, associate professor of pediatrics from the University of Colorado, Children's Hospital, Colorado, and he is a leader and expert in enteroviruses. We also have Dr. Janelle Ruth from the CDC. She's actually the team lead of the acute flaccid myelitis and the domestic polio Division of Viral Diseases, CDC. So really experts who will really cover the topic from the lab perspective, CDC public health perspective, and also kind of basic knowledge perspective, as well as surveillance and research.
That is amazing. It sounds like you have the perfect line of speakers for this topic. Again, the webinar will be on December 14 from noon to 1 Eastern Time, and please use the link below to register. And Heba, thanks for joining us, and to the viewers to go out there and register today.
Thank you so much. See you next week.